Halimbawa, magkano yung 16 shots nyo? Oo, yan. Hindi yan, 16 lang yan eh. 15, o tingnan mo. O, di ba? Dati 7,000 makakakuha ka.
60 shots yung dati.
Oo. Ngayon, doble, triple na.
Sobra mahal. 5,000 nga yung nabili. Dati 4,000 lang, okay na. Ngayon, 5,000 yan lang.
Kahit mahal po yung mga presyuhan namin, pero marami pa rin pong bumibili. Ito na lang po yung wala na.
Dapat aware sila sa surroundings nila. So, kung makikita mo naman, kung may mga nagpapaputok doon sa dadaanan nila, medyo iwasan nila yon.
From the nation's capital, all sides, all the time, I'm Jess De Los Santos.
And I'm Danny Laurel, the big story tonight.
More Filipinos are flocking the country's fireworks capital, Bocaue, Bulacan, to purchase firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices ahead of the New Year's Eve.
Also preparing for the new year are hospitals for possible firework-related injuries. Marlene Alcaide with the big story.
One day before welcoming year 2023, prices of firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices have more than doubled in Bocaue, Bulacan. But this didn't stop customers like Elmer, who increased his budget for this year's firecrackers. To save money, he checked all the stalls in Bocaue to haggle. The store that offers the biggest discount, that's where he'll buy.
Dati may budget ka ng 20,000, pwede na. Lalo nung bago pandemic, 20,000. Pero ngayon, yung doble na eh, mga 50,000. Hindi biro yun ha. Hindi biro.
After more than an hour of going around stores, Elmer found one that offered a huge discount.
Nabawasan ko ng mga 40%. Kailangan marunong kang tumawad. So total, 50,000 na gastos. Nalilibang ka, minsan lang naman tapos yung community mo nakatingin sa, sumasaya sila ba?
Rod, on the other hand, stick to his 4,000 to 5,000 yearly budget. However, he wasn't able to buy all the firecrackers he normally gets.
Sobra mahal, halos doble. Dati 4,000, dalawang malaking bag na plastic bag. Ngayon wala na.
Ano na lang po nabili nyo ngayon?
Fountain.
Fountain tsaka?
Yun lang, kalusis na parang mabuhay.
Sellers say aerial fireworks, luces, fountain, quitis, and sawa are some of the best-selling firecrackers today. Vendors hopes to sell all their stocks by tomorrow.
Kahit mahal po yung mga presyuhan namin, pero marami pa rin pong bumibili. Ito na lang po yung wala na.
Meanwhile, the East Avenue Medical Center in Quezon City is ready to provide aid for those who may get injured while welcoming the new year. The hospital shared that a total of 41 firecracker-related injuries have been recorded since December 21. That's 52% higher than the 27 cases last year. Most of the injuries were in the eyes and hands after using the Boga shot, 5-star, whistle bomb, and quick. In case of injury, the hospital reminds the public to clean the injured part with water, wrap with a clean cloth to prevent contamination, then take them to the hospital because it might need further wound cleaning. The individual may also be in need of tetanus prophylaxis. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
Now here to share with us how their crackdown on illegal lights and fireworks has been going, we have with us on the show Trade Under Secretary Ruth Castelo. Good evening, Yusek. Welcome to the big story. Happy New Year. And then first,
yes. Hi, Jester and Danny. Happy New Year and thank you for inviting us here.
Thank you for joining us. So, kamusta yung crackdown natin on illegal lights and fireworks? Is it back to the levels? Because over the past 2 years, we didn't have that much festivities over the holidays, the New Year's Eve to be specific. So this time ba mas marami na tayong nahuhuli when it comes to illegal fireworks and lights?
Yes, of course, Jester, compared to last year and 2020. This year, we have again caught several manufacturers who are not licensed to produce fireworks, which they do in their own backyards and then sell in front of the residential places. So this is one thing that we're really looking into because the DTI is seriously enforcing the laws that we have. Although I have to say, there are also several agencies working with us on fireworks and firecrackers, like, of course, the Department of Health. We know the restrictions that they have. And then it's also the PNP that does the enforcement, the watching if these are just community fireworks display or the ones that they use for their own purposes, especially residential occupants who do this on public streets.
Okay, Yusek, what about online selling? How do you necessarily crack down on this?
We have teams also in the Fair Trade Enforcement Bureau that does online monitoring. That's all they do in a day. Selling of fireworks is fine if you do it online, but of course the products that you sell should be registered as well, certified by the Department of Trade and Industry. We have the Bureau of Philippine Standards that issues licenses to manufacturers. All these firecrackers and fireworks you would see have to be locally produced because it's prohibited to import fireworks. So all these are done here in the country. We have several areas. There's manufacturing also in Cebu, there's in Bulacan, and then in some other places as well. So we check all these, but so far in our enforcement, also on the licensing part of the manufacturers, we have issued several notices of violation also on illegal manufacturing of fireworks, not just the retailing, not just the selling, but also the manufacturing side.
Yusek, to what extent is the DTI handling the pricing of fireworks and lights, especially during the holiday season? Like what we reported earlier, you have a number of buyers there complaining already of high prices here. So how exactly are you handling this?
Fireworks and firecrackers are seasonal products that we do not, whose prices we do not regulate anymore. Like Noche Buena products, you would note also that the DTI does not restrict or does not make any limitations on the pricing. It's up to the manufacturer. So also with fireworks and firecrackers, we have no say in how the manufacturers will price them.
Okay, ma'am, just going back to the certification on and which ones are illegal, no? How would we know? Is there a sticker on the fireworks mismo? Is it safe to assume that if these are sold on e-commerce platforms, big e-commerce platforms, these are automatically DTI certified, or if they are in big stores?
The products will have to bear the PS mark or the product standard mark, and then below it, I'm looking for a photo that I can probably show here of the PS mark. It's like a globe with a big check mark inside, and then the license number is placed at the bottom. Consumers can verify the license numbers that are indicated on the product with our website, so they can see if the manufacturer really bears that accurate or authentic or genuine license. We have seen a lot of products, Danny, that bear the license number and the PS mark, but when you check it, it's really not in our list. So these are illegal. These products are illegally manufactured, and of course, we file cases against the manufacturer who is not licensed to produce fireworks. You can find it all over our website, also in our social media pages for consumer care. We have them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, also TikTok. We actually publish the list of manufacturers that are licensed with the Bureau of Philippine Standards. And so to speak, these are the products that can be safely used by anyone. But of course, considering also the restrictions issued by the Department of Health, there are laws on this that only community fireworks display is allowed. Residents or people in their own households are not supposed to just light fireworks or firecrackers, especially also if the products that they buy are not licensed, because we cannot answer for the safety of the hazards that these products will have on the consumer.
And lastly, before we let you go, Yusek, beyond the festivities, the celebrations, of course, what the public is eager to know about, presyo ng mga bilihin once the new celebrations are over. Meron na bang mga nagsisend ng mga manufacturers ng plea for price increases? What should we be expecting for January?
Oh yes, Chester. We have, since the last publication of the Suggested Retail Price Bulletin of DTI, that was in August 2022, we have already received several manufacturers' requests prior to August and then after August. The thing is, we are not yet sure or certain of the date when we're going to allow increases. Hopefully, maybe in the first quarter of next year, but we're also actually timing it. So hindi naman siya, it wouldn't be on the first week or the second week of January, because also considering that consumers will have to be still reeling from the expenses of the holiday season.
Okay, so pahinga muna na
Pahinga muna.
a couple of weeks there. Maraming salamat po for your updates and have a Happy New Year. Trade Undersecretary Ruth Castelo. Now, after the break, more and more passengers are taking last-minute trips at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange ahead of New Year's Eve. We'll get more updates on that and more when the big story returns. Keep it here on One News.
You're watching the big story here on One News. Passengers troop to the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PITX, to catch rides to their provinces ahead of the new year. For the details, Camille Samonte is reporting live on the ground. Camille, what's the latest over there?
Just police authorities have confiscated firecrackers from some passengers here at the PITX. The terminal prohibits firecrackers in the luggages due to the risk of fire. Some passengers at PITX decided to get a nap while waiting for their bus going to Bicol. Most of them arrived early at the terminal to secure tickets.
Panggabi din kasi trabaho ko. Tapos dire-diretso kami ng pamilya ko na galing pa kaming Bulacan. Ang alas 4 pa. Doon po kami sa may gate 4 ba yun? Tiyaga lang.
Baby Jane, on the other hand, arrived around 10 hours earlier than her scheduled trip.
Nung nakaraan pa po ako kumuha ng ticket. Kaso nga po, yung traffic nga po yung iniiniwasan namin. Mas okay na yung dito na kami kaysa yung doon pa kami na kasi matatraffic kami.
Meanwhile, some passengers opted to book tickets online to avoid long queues. PITX said bus rides will be available even on New Year's Eve, but operations will be limited. Passengers are also reminded that firecrackers firecrackers are not allowed inside.
Kung pipilit po nila na sumakay dito sa terminal, kailangan po talagang iwanan yung paputok. Kung ayaw naman po nila, kailangan lang po talaga nila is sa ibang lugar sila sumakay.
Some of them were barred to enter the terminal.
Sa Cavite.
Cavite, eto paputok, ano to, gagamitin nyo o ibebenta? Gagamitin. Hindi nyo ba alam na bawal na ipasok sa terminal?
Hindi naman kasi kami biyahe.
Many passengers also flocked to Baliwag Transit Terminal in Cubao. Most of them are trying to make it to their provinces on New Year's Eve after working last night. Some even brought their pets to celebrate the holiday with them. Everyone is considered chance passengers as there are no ticket reservations for Baliwag Transit. Just as of 8 p.m., the passengers here in PITX has reached 125,000. There are still quite a number of Bicol-bound chance passengers here who are waiting to get a ride. Jess?
All right, thank you very much for those updates. Again, Camille Samonte reporting live from the PITX in Parañaque.
A heads up from Pag-asa, it will be a rainy New Year's Eve in some parts of the country. The Weather Bureau reports that the shear line will bring scattered rain showers over Cagayan and Isabela. Residents are warned of possible flash floods and landslides. Now, other parts of northern Luzon may also expect rains due to the northeast monsoon or amihan. Affected areas include Apayao, Kalinga, and the rest of Cagayan Valley. Now, isolated rains, meanwhile, are possible across the country due to localized thunderstorms.
Let's pause for a quick break. Right after that, we will get live updates on people doing their last-minute shopping in Divisoria. Feng Shui expert Jean Chua will also give us some tips on how to attract luck come 2023. That and more with the big story returns. Keep it here on One News. A joyful and prosperous 2023 ahead. Again, we are One News, all sides, all the time. Happy New Year!